There's something drastically wrong with this caravan, and it could ruin our chances of heading south. Stay tuned. On with the intro. Welcome back to the channel, and it's 2022. So what are we doing this year? Well, first thing we've got to do is we've got some big plans for traveling, but in order to do that, before we do, one of the first things we're going to do is get the Chev up to the garage to get, it's going to have the motor taken out, all the engine bay done, and everything checked over, like the brakes and stuff like that. So the first thing to do tomorrow morning, we're going to take this up to the garage to have a major assessment done on the motor. So they've got about a month, and let's see how it goes. And of course, another thing we're going to do while the Chev is away getting all its motor and brakes and everything else sorted out, is we're going to have a look through the caravan, check all underneath, make sure everything is working fine, and go away for a few days on it just to make sure everything is working the way it should. So while the Chev's out, I'm going to move the caravan around, check all underneath. It's also going to go up for a warrant, so the warrant will be all up to date, and that should be it done. So let's get going. Right, the caravan has come back from the garage, and we're pleased to say it has got its warrant. So we're all up to date with our warrant of fitness. We're current still on our electrical. We're up to date on our registration. So all good to go. What I have noticed recently is that the caravan appears to be sitting slightly uneven. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take all the measurements underneath to see what I can find. It could be just a weak spring. So I'm going to take some measurements, and what I'm also going to do is just check the leaf springs to see if there's any cracking or anything like that going on as well. So we'll get on to it. I'm getting a little bit peeved off with this. The headband thing I was using just won't play ball, it won't come on when I'm under there, so now I've got to go and find another light. And I think I'll go back to the old conventional halogen light on the end of a lead, so we'll try that. Sometimes you can't beat good old-fashioned technology, riding all these new fancy things that last about 5 minutes. That's my gripe anyway. So this is what we've found. Those springs, I don't know if they should be sagging down like that. I would have thought they would have been around the other way. Be interesting to find out. Now, one of the things that was on the warrant, if you look here, suspension mechanism and components. Tick. So I hope it is alright. Looks like our springs have had it, so they need replacing. So I'm in a mad rush now to get springs for this Caravan, leaf springs underneath, so we can continue on our plans to head south. So let's hope it works. It's booked in to my local garage and they reckon that they could do it overnight, so I'm hoping that that's what will happen. So bit of a disaster really, this close to the trip and being booked on the ferry to go across and then having this happen, but all things being equal, hopefully it'll turn out alright. So sorry I didn't start the new year off with something really great, but that's the way camping caravanning is, I suppose. So I don't want to end this on a sour note or anything, but I'm just going to change the subject a bit. You might have seen in a few of our videos this vehicle here, which is a 1956 Nash Metropolitan. So you've probably seen it in the background when I've been filming in the garage. So that's my little fun toy that I run around in. Now, if you want to know the full story about this Nash Metropolitan, in the latest Classic Driver magazine for January and February, there it is on the front cover, and inside there is a few articles on the vehicle, the lovely spread on the Nash Metropolitan, and stories about how that's actually a friend of mine's Nash Metropolitan, and that's my one there. And yeah, they did quite an extensive article on them. So if you want to have a read up, that's available. Oh, and look who's there. Make sure you're feeling well before you read that article. I don't want to put you off. Yeah, so anyway, there it is, Classic Driver magazine, and enjoy the read. So anyway, we'll get back into getting this Caravan sorted, and at the moment the Chev is away because it's having the motor and gearbox taken out and all those checked over, and the engine bay all painted up, so so that side of it should be pretty good. So that's about it. That's the plans we got ready to get things organised for this year, and yeah, we'll let you know how the progress goes. So not much else I can report on at this stage, but next week there is something that I've purchased which is another little toy. Now, I did see another YouTuber with this particular item, and I thought it looked like a bit of fun, so I went out and purchased one. Now, have a look next week. It's something quite different, but very handy if you go touring around the country and you want to look at a lot of sites and you don't want to spend a lot of time getting there. There's a hint. So see you next week. This is just a short video just to let you know what we're up to, and yeah, have fun. Bye.